Unmute. There we go. Okay. Right, Clay.
Oh, God. There's water in the bucket right now. Oh, oh, that was a thing.
That's why I saw. It's like, oh no, she's gonna drop it. Run! And I backed away.
Well, good morning, everybody. Like that nice splashdown of a start.
I'm gonna cut you a couple pieces of red clay now.
Oh, you did bring up the children.
Oh yeah, that's the scene I'm missing. Okay, where's the right button? There it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, that doesn't snap.
It was up past the top of the thing.
The level of the clay goop.
Yeah. Oh, but we still haven't ordered the belts, have we?
No, we have not, because we can't order them online. We have to
Oh.
call, and well, I'm sure we're not the only ones out there. It's like, call? Really?
When we get inside,
It's your turn to do a call. Yeah, okay, well, some of those people that what?
I have to do the painting, so there.
Shouldn't take that long.
No, it shouldn't.
I went to Dells with wood chips and moved the mulch to where it should go in the yard. Well, some of it. Big, the pile's large.
Yeah.
Hi from Dallas, Texas. No. I looked on the screen where the text is small. I could have just looked at it where it was large.
I was wondering what you're looking over there for. Oh dear. Well, at least we've got our
proper weather back.
We've got our proper weather back. It's all nice and it's at very least river fog right now.
Yeah.
It's only 71 in the shop.
It's lovely. Okay, so we need a red bowl, 5 to 6 inch, and then a beaker.
Yeah, there we go.
That's the weather like in Texas.
Yeah, what's the weather like there in Texas?
At least it's no longer a case where, Portland is hotter than Arizona.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Seattle was warmer than
That was just wrong. All sorts of wrong.
And this is beaker?
Bowl.
Oh.
Next is beaker. I don't know why we're so giddy today.
I don't know.
We didn't stay up particularly, well, at least I didn't stay up particularly late last night.
No later than these.
Yeah. I will take the towel sculpture away.
Yeah. Nobody's
Cow.
home. No. What shape bowl?
Hamper. 5 to 6 inch bowl. It will have a wreath pattern on the inside.
Okay.
I think I might have
Raining on and
off.
off.
High of 84.
Ooh, raining and 84 you.
That's muggy.
That's yeah.
I mean, we have been in rainstorms like that. Not terribly pleasant.
Yeah. Not generally a Washington day.
No, generally when it
That's sometimes in August.
yeah, August will have the hot rain.
And weather and lots of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
In other words, if it weren't for the clouds, it would be warmer.
Yeah. I like hardcover.
Cloud covers. Well, if you can tell from I have
She
one
has a T-shirt that says "Keep out of direct sunlight."
for a very good reason. This is my natural color. Yes, I blend into light colored paint. I dropped the ball. That little piece of clay fell on the toe. I have
Yeah.
one red toe.
There's times where I've stepped on it, there's some on the wheel, or reach over to get a tool and it goes blop right on my foot. Of course, like now when I'm barefoot,
It
so it gets,
encapsulated my toe. See, there's an imprint of my toenail.
that's my towel.
Oh,
This stuff.
I'll put that one in the hamper as well. I know we still need to haul the rough washed towels in.
On a lake, so it's not
Muggy.
muggy when the wind is blowing. Ah, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I forgot that Nix is very nervous about that little fan.
Like that. Yeah. It's if you live near any body of water,
Yeah.
when there's no wind, it can get pretty nasty. We used to live really close to the coast.
We were near a river.
We were within a half a mile of the river and within 4 miles of the ocean. So yeah.
The Pacific.
Nothing major, just the Pacific Ocean. And 84 would have just been ungodly hot there.
Ugh, yeah, it got to be that hot a couple of times, and it was just, it's when the air feels used,
Yeah.
and when the wind blows, and
It feels like someone's breathing under.
that is the
I'm
worst.
glad we don't live there anymore.
Yeah,
Actually, it gets warmer here, but it doesn't feel as bad.
yeah. And it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
that the humidity's that much different either.
Yeah. Because we live within a few miles of a pretty major river. Actually, there's 3 rivers.
There's 3 rivers. One of those kind of, I consider it more of a creek in terms of size.
But it's a smaller river.
You could throw a rock across it. And the other one's a good sized river, and the last one is big. It's a big river.
Which is why we have lots of river fog. Yeah, we have also where electricity's cheaper here.
Yes, because there's lots of, it's what, 70-something percent?
70% of the power generated in the state is from hydroelectric power, which is pretty cool.
I think it's like 90-something percent of the power in Washington is actually renewable in some way.
Yeah.
So we want about the 50 ounces for the teapot body.
50. Just a regular size teapot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that should be good.
Because it's the 40 to 60 ounce
Yeah.
teapot. There, I'll put it the little piece that attacked my toe. That is like 52 ounces.
We show it.
Yes, you're gonna be come part of a teapot. There you go. Ugh. It's a good thing that the mouse doesn't mind clay. Oh, did you get your cork out, Nix? Oh. It's covered in lint. Was I not throwing it quick enough? Now I've got to rinse at least hands off part way. Do I need to throw it again? Do I need to throw it again? I'm sorry, that was a real fail. Don't give me a dirty look, cat. I'll throw the cork again in a moment. Just need to get some of the clay off my hand. Because I need to pull up the picture of the teapot. There we go.
Like my
Oh,
Good,
good.
has
It's on the
screws.
desktop. Okay. So I will
might
be
even
able
say
to-
I think this machine may have a screws.
Yeah. And I will put the I'll also get the reference image up
Oh, good.
over here.
And for something completely
Browse.
teapot.
Multiple pieces. This is completely the wrong folder. That's why, like, this doesn't look right. There's our pieces. There it is. This is the Grecian teapot. And make it visible. Boop. There we go. Making that teapot. So for that one, you're gonna need probably like a little 6-ounce piece for the spout.
Yeah. Maybe 10 ounces for the lid. Well, first of all, make sure that this is going to be the right size.
Yeah. And I'll have to pull a little strap piece for that to make the 2 handles out of.
Yeah. Is it one handle or 2 handles?
It's got
That's
2
two
handles.
Yeah.
It's got the 2 little ear handles. He knows. Clay out of the corner. Oop. Stay. So we have over here some clay that has been some uncut stuff that's been softened a bit, and then we have a bag that looks like it's probably recycled.
Okay.
So would the recycle be good for cutting into small pieces for making the smaller parts?
Could be, yeah. Because it's could be anything.
Yeah.
Where this clay's been today, just going to be cylinder first.
Yep.
Then I'll give it some shape.
Tired back muscles from shoveling.
Do that too much.
No, I'm trying. I stopped before I got tired. And I'm like, I'm not feeling it yet. I better go inside. Trying to do yard work in such a way that it builds up the stamina, it doesn't, break the heat.
Yes. That would be a bad thing.
Yes.
Because I'm not sure this is clay limit clay. Because look, it's just
No, that's probably not the 40-ounce mark yet, is it?
no, it's just not gonna make that shape. And it's also have an unevenness about it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, not a good thing. I was hoping that as I threw this piece, it would even off, but no.
Yeah, and it looks like it's starting to reach the point of sag.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I thought that's, yeah, and there's one hard lumpy bit towards the bottom.
I'm so sorry. So maybe more like 65 ounces and cut from a fresh bag.
Wow, no,
Yep. Can't hand it to me, Batinol.
Here. Yeah, I think that was the last time.
Modern art.
Well, at least I didn't do something just go down.
Oh, thank you for not doing that. It's like you warned me first when you do the splatter pack.
But I just went to lift it off.
And it pulled up the back for you.
Wasn't that nice of it? It was also one of the old Kentucky cats too.
Recycle truck.
Okay. Yes. It's Friday's garbage day. If you ever forget what day of the week is and you hear that, it's not Friday, is it? And you're like,
Oh, it
it is. Well, something about, yeah, we have a clock that has the day of the week on it.
In several rooms. Okay.
Oh, this has a gilly side. Got it. No, I mean, just on one corner. Once you go like that, and it was like,
Stick.
do it the hard way.
I think that the clay in this bag is probably a little more even, a little firmer than the stuff than the tag end of that other bag.
That was a really great bag.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you get one of those. I mean,
Yeah. You know, pound it into shit.
if it's round, you can round off the corners. It'll be easier to center. Especially once you get bigger pieces and all.
Yeah.
There's more
I don't
force.
have particularly big hands. No. Not much of that.
Maybe if I do this, there's unevenness.
Wow, we'll let him get even this out.
Yeah. The water splashed in my eye. It missed the glasses entirely. Oh, like onto the eyelid. I'd say it rode between.
Yes. Made a cold shot in the eyeball.
You hit the edge of the eyelid, almost into the eyeball. What is with you right there? Oh, I see you were in your with that top. Go on.
Not my fault, I didn't add anything
No,
to
I
it.
mean it was on the just about on the surface. It was really kind of bizarre. That's why I stopped to see what it was. Yeah, absolutely no danger.
No. It's like really still. Let's not be complete. Every once in a while I'm watching the window here circle, so there's something catching it. It's not enough to really stir the leaves much.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye out. I know, you think that fan is evil. There he
And
is.
it can start up anytime, even though it's not
It's not
plugged in.
plugged in, kitty. Oh, the
Here's
other day,
dehumidifier.
the other day when you slapped some clay, you got a big block on the screen. And it's like a quarter to a half inch across.
Wow.
Yes. You get distance when you do that.
It's kind of cool in a way, but
So long as you're not the one who has to clean the screen.
well, then the distance that
Yeah.
happens.
But it's the times where I've tried to backspace a period on a line of text that was not a period. It was a piece of clay on the screen.
I know. Yeah, it's not the first time computer and clay have been in the same room.
No.
But yeah, it doesn't
First
hurt the
time
computer.
we had the computer in the same room as the clay, it was meant to be, it was a sacrificial machine. It wasn't a terribly expensive one because weren't sure how the computer was going to react to the moisture and the
Dust.
and the dust. And it didn't mind at all. We've not destroyed one keyboard, not destroyed one mouse, despite the fact that they get caked.
Considering your desktop is like 8 years old.
My desktop spent 6 years within 2 feet of your wheel.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No,
The
really
monitor had some clay on it, but it was fine. In fact, it's the monitor that's now out here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It felt lonely without its clay.
No, it's just that you got a new monitor.
I got a new
Christmas
monitor
2
that
years
is, yeah. Which has much better pixel count. There we go. The clay that flopped has now been wedged back up into usability.
Okay. Okay.
No, Nixie, you don't want to try to tackle this.
Probably be the right size.
Itchy nose.
It'll fit within that bracket.
Yeah, it'll be within the parameters. So the 6/8.
What weight of clay are you using to make that pot?
That one was a 65-ounce chunk.
Which means it's how many pounds?
About 4 1/4.
Because, well, it's a food scale. It measures in ounces.
Yes. This is what we use to weigh the clay. That's why we
It's
generally do it in
purely
ounces.
a mechanical.
Yeah. Electronic shipping skills do not like clay.
Now that we actually did. Took a few years.
Yes, it died horribly. Okay. Oh yes, and I said I was going to make use of some of this. No air
It's gonna
holes.
be T-dot.
Yep.
Soft. Ooh, that is soft too, isn't it?
Yeah. If
I
it's
did that and went.
it was some other piece that I just re-wedged.
Yeah.
Yeah, the suction there.
Yeah.
It was pretty much it, yeah. Hey, kitty. Aw, Snuggles. I know you missed coming out here.
It's been days and days. They're just awful.
It was all hot and yucky.
Oh, it was, yeah, it was over 100 degrees out here.
We weren't coming out here either there, kitty. Okay, and today it's cool enough out here that she just stole my seat.
Okay. Then there's
And
the
you want-
spout.
You wanted
Oh,
the
no, I need
10 ounces for the lid? Or do you want a little bit more? Looking at the opening in that
Could
teapot.
be a little bit more. Could do like 11 or 12.
Okay,
Better too much than not enough.
because you can always trim it down.
Bingo. And tomorrow after things have dried a bit and gotten much firmer, then you attach the spout.
Plate assemble.
Yeah.
There was a few more air bubbles that I cut through, so I'm gonna just wedge this remaining chunk of clay a little bit further. And the thing is if you were to be throwing that out of the white or the porcelain, it would be a different weight of clay.
Yeah, because the density of clay.
For the black, it need to be much heavier. Because that is a very dense clay. Mind you, black teapots are good for making hot tea without the use of any electricity during the
So
summer.
will teapot.
Oh yeah. That
You
was
can just put it in your window. For that matter.
yeah. That was something we learned the hard way at home. Having the black clay in the booth was keep it out of the sun.
Because it would get hot. Point, it was painful to touch.
Which means it was the surface temperature was probably in excess of 160 degrees.
I'm just saying.
Knowing how hot the stuff in the kiln feels.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Okay. Yeah, the other day where the teapots were putting up a lot of fight. Today it seems to have just, boop, yes, I'm a teapot now.
So I can always, once with that clay, even if it's firmed up some, I can adjust the size.
Yeah, the red is the friendliest for that.
Yeah.
Not all the clays are that friendly.
No.
Like say the black.
Ornery?
Extremely.
Yes.
And yet it's still one of your favorite clays.
I know, because it has such a really cool effect when it's done.
Okay. So teapot's done. So we need to throw, we have the 10-inch mortaria. Got the,
We could do that one now.
okay.
We have urns to do.
Yes. Mind you, if you want to attempt throwing one of the urns, we're going to need to do that next because that's going to be a very large piece of clay.
Okay.
And I only have one bag of softened red. Oh, I just have to get more softened.
Yeah, you just get more softened. Just.
And I need to switch the image to Mortaria. Make that image go away. And scroll down to the Mortaria.
The
Okay.
weather is being a little friendlier.
Yeah, because this
Because
is
things kind of tend to fail when we have extreme weather.
yeah, the larger the piece, the more likely it is to do something horrific in the drying process.
In which case, that's when you recycle the clay.
Yeah, I don't
And
want
start over again.
Okay, so 10-inch Mortaria, that kind of height and shape.
It's half a amphora size piece.
Okay. Because it's 10 inches.
10 inches. 10 inches.
Yeah, now that
I need a different bathroom.
no, well that's the outer rim, not the base.
Oh, that's true.
It's
Okay,
got a
okay.
much smaller base.
Yeah, that's right. Never mind. It's just
So-
fine. So yeah, about the
So
that
it's-
width at the top.
Okay, if that's 10 inches across, that's probably what, 4.5 or 5 tall?
Yeah. That's what I mean, kind of half a amphora size.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chunk this piece off here so I can.
This
Get
amphora are made in pieces. You'll have your
So probably.
gluey parts. Yeah, basically they're two bowls. And you put a hole in the top and you put them on the neck and you have the handles.
Mortaria uses more clay than your average bowl.
Because, yeah, that's what I'm saying, like half of a,
There we go.
M4. How's that? Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, this feels like it's,
Good
No.
consistency?
yeah.
I will definitely get. Yes, I know your cork is just sitting there, and you're being so patient. Cat.
It starts getting into the realm of hand width
Yeah,
clay rather than
'cause that clay
because our-
is measured that wide. Just cut off the block.
rather than weighing it because, well, the scale only goes up to 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Because at the time, the next size bigger was too expensive, and
It
that
was
was never worn out. So we've
instead of
just never
this one was
used it.
what, 15 or 20 bucks, and the
That
next
was
one.
50.
Yeah.
The next one was 150,
Yeah.
and it was kind of like, no, we'll just get this one.
It'll work for now. Cut to a decade later.
Yeah,
It's still working.
just fine.
I didn't realize I had a pressure headache. Ah, and on the other screen, I can pull up the section image. There. How's that?
I'm getting the chicken.
Yeah, I could hear that. And if it was audible to the through the stream, basically that was the bat rattling.
I'm not sitting flush on there, in which case things aren't gonna throw very evenly.
See, I remember. Okay, cat. Cat likes to play fetch.
Yeah. So is she a very fetching cat then?
Oh, very fetching. Now she just fetch all the way back. Oh, what's? Oh, did you get clay in your mouth? Should I wash the cork off? She stepped back and just
Sigh.
Oh yeah, it was. It had a heavy coating of clay on it, and then she picked it up in her mouth, and then I think she regretted her life decision. Yeah, there we go. It's been rinsed off now. Yeah, you have a lot of cobwebs in your whiskers.
And checking out the corners. Well, that corner over there is clean.
Yeah, because that's where we have the guttering backing up and dribbling down the inside of the wall. Joy. I don't think she's amused in terms of
Cleanliness.
no. She was trying to back away from the non-existent objects because her whiskers are full of cobwebs. There's a lot of daddy long legs in the corners at the moment, which I'm fine with. They eat the bugs.
It's the other day, there was a giant ant inside, so I took a piece of paper and went smack, and scooped it up on the paper and threw the whole thing away. You're fine outside. You come in the house, die.
It's like the daddy long legs. Those are acceptable in the house. They eat things. And those giant house spiders that look like small tarantulas, those are encouraged to exit the building.
Yeah.
I won't smush them, but I will just, you need to move.
Ants are another story.
No, ants are always, you've entered the forbidden zone, you die now.
We have an agreement. You don't come in the house and let you live. So you don't seem to hurt the plants at all.
No. There's some of them, I swear they patrol.
Yeah.
Okay,
They might eat the bad bugs.
Yes. I don't have any candle red up here right now.
Any what? Red?
Red that has not been moistened. This candle red.
Handle red.
And you'll need to let it firm before you do a significant amount of the spout shading on this one.
Yeah, because otherwise it would just be too wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
But not tiny one.
What I could do is I could go get a bag of red. I can pull the requisite handle.
I like the idea of making the specialized stamp for doing the spiky bits on that.
Yes.
Like, it's
Making the little. Oh,
it's,
I can do that. That's something I should do right now.
and it's good. Yeah.
Yes. There we go. And there's a chunk of even the right sort of clay. Oh, the cork is back over here now, is it?
Was there a specific height this is supposed to be?
We don't have a height stated. We had a dimension stated, and we were given an image.
Okay. So
So-
that's. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
I couldn't remember of a height dimension.
Based on the proportions in the image, my guess is 4 to 5 inches.
Yeah. That would be my guess. I don't know where the cork landed, but apparently it's under there. Is there something scary about that section of floor, Nix?
Flora's definitely low, but yes.
Yeah, I think that's I'm leaving the top part a bit heavier so I can do the really cool lip that we're trying to have. Yeah, because that's already 7 3/4. A little bit more of a pine cone texture.
Get the to make more of the. There we go. There'll be another potential surface texture from inside there.
Yeah, and that was more of the spiky.
Even more of the spikies. I'm planning to do that as well.
Okay.
I just had to go downstairs and bring back up the tools.
Yeah, because it was well hot.
It was hot, so like all the tools and things are down there. Well, actually, there's a pencil. I can use the pencil because I'm putting off going back downstairs.
Up and down.
Up and down, up and down.
Well, it's 9 1/2.
Nix, get out of the drawer.
She likes drawers.
Nix, go on, get.
That's actually looking pretty good right there. Yeah, and he's 10 inches.
Good.
And about 3.5 inches tall.
Probably good
Probably
because
good.
let's see. Looks right about. the
It
right
does. It looks
proportions.
about right. I will. I can do more refining with the lid.
Once he's firmed up.
And this clay is nice and moderate. It's not the whoosh.
That's good.
So I could always do a second teapot.
Okay, you want another teapot piece? I can cut you
Just,
another
just
teapot
in
piece.
case. You hear that? I don't trust you.
Which pretty much guarantees that that one will be just fine. About the same amount of clay?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one wants to be like 62 rather than
Well, how about a little bit more then?
Okay, well that one was 65,
Yes, it's 65, because
so a little bit more.
65, 67. I'll be good.
Okay, one more little chunk of clay. Put this piece over here. Now it's 68.
That's good.
There we go. Clay.
Use a better pad.
Yes,
You're
me
bad.
too.
You're bad.
I know it really doesn't matter if my hands are covered in red clay because I'm just making a pair of stamps.
Oh, yeah, that was big. You were lots of kids.
You bet my pool. Oh, let's play. Look at the kitty. Yes, she's parrot cat. If you want to jump down to the desk, there we go. I don't want to be held like that right now.
Sun just came up. Yeah, I was right. It was river fog.
Larry.
Which means it'll get warmer in here quite quickly.
Yeah. And Nick's goes, really? Warmer? Top shelf time. Now she is in the position of cat's cat.
Yes.
Trying to make these stamps a little bit
Yeah,
dished
yeah.
so that, because that way they'll fit into the curvature of the bowl.
Now she's sitting on it. It's the reason why we have it tethered to the wall now. Because don't you know, the monitor is a stick. The consistency of this bed is more or less ideal.
Great.
No,
I'm going to be able to get that again.
I know, but I'm just going.
There.
I'll make them look a little pretty. I'm just trying to think of different. So they always look mildly uneven. Taller ones and shorter ones. Yeah.
Well, part of it is it's really hard to tell from the position of looking inwards on the texture.
Yeah. No. I just feel.
So I don't want the tips of the spines to be too sharp because those would break off.
Yeah.
Which is one of the-
goodness. I look away. And also, in a saucer light.
Whoa.
You're really firm.
What the hell? There we go. Now I have 2D stamps. Obviously, neither of these will be used on this mortar. Put these guys over here.
Those could dry quick enough. They could go in the next bisque file. And the Motoria one, we could keep it covered.
True, you're right. And they should dry really quick.
Yeah.
And considering the next firing is going to be a glaze fire, I can put them on top of the kiln, so they definitely be dry enough.
Yeah.
Yes, Nix. I point the camera at you.
Chewing on her box.
It's just
At this point, you don't have to color.
What?
It's okay. I think I remember the shape of the teapot.
Oh, I can put it back up.
And it was also I went to look up.
I
and-
didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, let me get the Mortaria out of the way. Move the Mortaria, put that one back in. There you go. Do you want the image bigger? See, do I still have it open over here? No, I do not. But I have it on the desktop over here. You go away, you go away. There it is. There. Yeah.
It's subtly different.
Yeah. It has an overall smaller opening.
No, it's not so subtly small.
Yes. There we go.
There we go.
And again, I'm going to use some of the recycled stuff for the spout and the lid.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, this is a 9 ounce. This is probably more like a lid. So the recycled clay is frequently better for smaller pieces because it less issue with inconsistencies.
Depends on the piece.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't have as much weight, and the recycled tends to be softer and more prone to collapse.
Ah, those itch. Okay, so we're gonna go down
Is this
to
one for the spout or for the lid?
lid. Because that one's a 9 ounce. And if it doesn't want to make a lid, well, actually no, there we go. I turn around briefly. And it went from being an unopened lump to being presto, lid. Be right back. I'm gonna go get handle clay.
Okay, handle. And even this off the top. Snap it off. There we go. There we go. And then go up ahead. Hello. And how are you doing today? Is Suberry. Pronouncing that correct? Joining me now is spout to the teapot. Teapots generally made of 3 parts of the body, the lid, and the spout. Well, then there's the hand.
Yeah. Hello, good vibes. So there. Hello. There. And I'll make 2 lengths of relatively thin handle that you can cut into. Whoop! Kitty, careful! Sorry.
She nearly skidded down the front of the screen. Did you injure your dignity there, Nix?
That happens every once in a while. You didn't happen to in the right.
Oh, yeah, but you were very careful not to notice Anara making a smooth jump. Oh, yeah, that is. Nope.
Yeah.
I need to move those now and
Actually, I think that public should be a little smaller around.
okay. So we did the red minis, we didn't mark them off. Not my fault. How is it not your fault? You're the one with the gooey red fingers that you could actually mark them off.
There we go.
Okay, so what do we want to throw next? Because the more we threw the more
Yeah, I don't mark that one off.
No, but it was
Don't
I
like
need
the
to
blue.
do to do
Don't
the
like
pest.
the light colored markings. I know.
No, oh, I was noticing the other thing on the same line because we need to make a pestle.
We can make the pestle.
So that would be kind of.
I have a picture with a
No,
person. No, I mean.
no, this
Okay.
more frequently the pestles were made out of wood, but this person specified getting a ceramic one.
Be easier to keep.
Easier to clean, yeah.
So, yeah, yeah. Problem with wood is it's harder to.
Would we hand form or throw the pestle?
It could just hand form it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
In which case we can do that later.
Yes. Okay.
Seriously.
That one.
Seriously? I cleaned that side, now you're not.
There's
seeing
the water crock, 2 different size urns, the bird bottle.
We can do that. How big is that big cantheras?
It's one of the 2-parters with its own separate stem. I'd have to bring up an image.
We could do that next.
Okay. Okay, kitty. Cantheros. Reference. Pottery Masters. Cat. Oh! Tail in the face! She smacked me in the eye with her tail. Form.
Someone's full of klutz this morning.
Right? Craters. Cantheros. Come on. Give me the big images. Oh, those are the ones with those kind of handles. Okay, so I will get Cantheros up onto the screen.
Yeah, one of those.
Oh, come on, just let me grab the right image. There we go. Turn that one off, turn this one on.
Here we go.
The thing is to recall what size the large Cantheros are, I'd have to look at the website. Yes, Nix, I pointed the camera at you again. She's like, wait, what'd you do? What do I do? I moved the camera so people can see you. And you're doing an admirable job at blending in with the cardboard at the moment. Kylix and stemmed Cantheros. Large. Because large holds 10 to 16 ounces. So it's not one of the gargantuan ones,
Which we have made.
which we've made. So
One that's actually
a good size bowl without being, goodness gracious, I'm drinking from a punch bowl.
yeah. That's the nice.
Swoopy shape.
Okay, so about 40-ish?
45.
45? Gotcha. This needs to move. Now I've got to cut off even more interesting handle material.
Yeah, well, it's just the long strap handles
Yeah. In pairs.
in pairs because it's always so easy to have them match.
And we need 2 of these. One. And I recall the stems on those guys are more that 15 to 18 ounce range.
Yeah. So not particularly tall.
No. They're too tall and they'd be very tippy.
Yeah, but we aren't talking about Greek here.
Yeah, they're not. So many Greek drinking vessels are not terribly practical in the modern sense.
Same ball. Oh, my nose itches. Here, Sarah, you have hand.
No! No, you're not scrubbing my nose with red clay. Nope, that's 20 ounces. 120 ounces. There, 16. And one of the major reasons for wetting the clay is for repeatability. Or when you throw a piece and it's like, well, that wasn't quite the right size. Does it need to be bigger or smaller? And by how much?
You still guess until you get it right. Then you write it down. Don't you, Sarah?
No, we try to write it down.
Yes. Sometimes it doesn't get written down.
Or it gets written down on something that goes AWOL. Which is the reason why most of it now, how do you make sure that the handles don't slump as they dry? They actually go on relatively firm and we will build supports up against them while they dry. There's been times where we've utilized numerous soup cans from the kitchen. I'm sorry, not soup. Oh, coconut milk. We don't have canned soup. But yeah, handles like that, they frequently have things like,
And also the fact that the wood, those ones, once you get them in the right place, they balance.
yeah.
Which is not something.
Well, if you look at the handle, it actually curves back over the
It's-
cup.
Once you get it in the right place, it just sits there and it, as long as the clay's firm enough, it'll stay in place. I always put the cans to either side, just in case. So, make them nice, smooth this on the inside. Because you want them to be relatively firm, but not leather hard, because then they wouldn't fall. There's a fine line, but luckily this clay is actually fairly friendly for that.
Yeah.
Not all clays are. The black clay is not the friendliest one.
No. You have to make one of those oil lamps out of the black clays. It's for the same order that these are for.
Yes, I know who that's for.
Yes.
I remember who that one's for.
Now the best bit with these ones is getting them shipped cross country without the handles getting broken.
You really do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we had one of these get broken in shipping.
Not to my knowledge.
Which
no.
is kind of amazing when you think about it.
Yeah.
All I remember is back east. I don't remember exactly which state.
All the way out. Yes.
Okay. And there we go. Now the next one.
Now, was looking back and forth between that and the one on the screen going, is it the same portion or?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. I can always refine the shape a little bit.
I think that this might be enough handle for both teapots.
Great.
Because they're just little ear handles.
Yeah, because the whole thing with the handles, they have to be anywhere from floppy wet. Between floppy wet and leather hard, which means it's hard and it's not going to move anymore. You don't want, and you want it somewhere
In between.
in between. Yes.
You need more water in there.
Yes. I need more
That's
water in
a
my
tea,
water.
that's a tea. Fudge.
No, I don't need fudge in there. That would be really sick.
Nah. Go fill the water jugs. One thing we do not have in here is running water.
Because it's a patio.
Yeah.
It's an enclosed patio. But they enclose it with wood and glass. But if I were to wish for an amenity for out here would be running water. I have to go to the faucet outside to get water. But, well, it's just the way things go. Yeah, but I've got someone very young, like this and stuff. And a nice glow bowl. Did they come out the same? Of course they did. I think that's the better shape. This would be good off of them. This gook is a technical term. Yes. Gook.
Ew. Water. At one point the hose got me. Yeah. As a result, my feet were damp and now they're all collecting crunchy clay.
Arm.
Oh yes. Now for Cantheros handles.
And that one's actually better shape and size.
Yeah. They were the same size piece of clay.
They weren't the same piece. Watch this. I can make it better.
The benefit of throwing on backs. Because you can't throw directly on a wheel head or on a big.
Not this wheel anymore.
No.
I'm rested in place.
On wheelheads that don't have back hints, how
Yes.
permanently rusted in place on them.
You don't need to. Only thing is, started using the bats when I had a sprained wrist, because that would limit how many pieces I could throw. Yes, I did still do throwing with a sprained wrist. I've done throwing with a dislocated thumb too. Whether that's good for me? Probably not. But as any artisan, you still do that.
You still do those stuff. You just have to change how you do it.
Adapt your
Technique.
yeah.
Like it was when you injured your shoulder, giving too many lessons is when I started pulling handles for you.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing it.
Because that went into it one time.
Yes.
There was a wet piece of clay in the foot paddle.
You're my sympathies.
So much for having clean feet. If I was that worried about clean feet, I'd wear shoes out
Shoes.
here.
Yeah. Who wears shoes out here during the winter?
Because it's cold.
Yes.
It can at times be literally freezing.
Oh, I need to get you another piece. No, you do still have the clay because you have the
Now I have to do the foot.
foots.
The foot, madame.
Just 2 handles. Well, plus the handle for the teapots.
Yeah.
Scrape the hand dry so I can form more handle length.
This before I'm looking at the screen and making the shape, not looking at what my fingers are doing.
Yes.
My finger becomes a robot.
Now the question is do you want to? Don't know you have enough clay to do any of the remaining pieces, which are large, and we have to bring up more bags and.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
switch to
something.
something else.
Yes.
Either that or we just make cups.
We have a partial bag of friendly stoneware. Because we're gonna need the cups for Shannon's order.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll finish up with handleless essay cups.
Yes.
Foot 1.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
shape on the
Oh, and I'll get those 2 guys over onto the shelf. Start with this
I'm
one.
gonna pick up that piece of clay. Gooey.
Itches. I mean, it's no great surprise when those itches. Especially after Boeing the other day. Yeah, I went and spent time outside today.
Moving widgets.
Yes. Well, there's this company called Chip Drop that you can sign up with, and
Yeah.
when arborists have branches that they've chipped, you can have them drop them off at your place rather than taking them to a landfill.
So one job they filled up 2 trucks, so they asked could they dump a second one too.
Sure. So we have a lot of cedar wood chips for the yard.
Yes. Waiting for them to off gas before they go outside my dead window.
Yeah.
They're aromatic.
Oh yes.
It's not that I don't.
It's not that it's aromatic cedar. It's just any cedar chopped up into tiny pieces is aromatic.
Yeah, it kind of makes me sneeze a bit. They don't snuff me. Pager type issues.
Now my nose, with me, it's just my nose itches. Okay. Oh, I need to get out another fork.
But they were free. And it'll be good at keeping pests down.
Yeah.
In that walkway
Yes.
on that side of the house. Near my bed window.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Chris Barnes, allergies from the This is a
I
joke.
always find it weird that people who don't have any respiratory or food allergies, I'm like, how does that happen? No? Not allergic to anything?
No. That's kind of a foreign concept.
They're the weirdos.
I don't have any deadly allergies.
And you do have a couple that would become deadly if you didn't take care to avoid them, like you have the increasing reaction to bee stings.
Yeah. And a nightshade issue.
Yeah. Or if is the slowly increasing sensitivity to shellfish. Which made me very grumpy because I like crab and scallops and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Jill,
But breathing is good.
breathing is good. Not feeling like, my face is about to pop up and, give me clown lips is good. There we go. And this will be a handle that's suitable for light hits and mouse cut.
There we go.
Okay. And I'll close up the clay. What I'll do is I'll moisturize the remainder of this bag of handle material.
Yeah.
But I will do that moisturizing bit once I quickly finish this small mug handle. There we go. Whoop.
Up here.
There.
Right
There.
up here.
Ah,
Suppose it's a good thing that that's really tough
Exterior paint. That's something we should bear in mind. When it comes to repainting this room, which we do want to do eventually, we should do it with exterior grade paint.
Yeah. Can we hose the room down a bit? No, I'm not talking about room two.
Oh. Or do you want to make the some of those little B-mix cups, the bunny ones?
Bunny mugs. Yeah, we can do the
And we also have a tankard out of that clay that we need
Yes.
to do. Oh, this out of the way because I was like, oh, there's clay. Wait, there's another thing on the list. There we go.
There we go.
This clay. Oh, goo. I already checked this for friendly consistency, which is the reason why there's one like red fingerprint. That's okay. I can tell that you had an itch right there. You know, a little smear of orange across your upper lip. Just dust level.
Yeah.
And as I recall, those are go away malware bites. I don't want to update you right now. Get down to my list. Because I think that those are 20-ounce pieces of clay. Judging from that list. And I will bring up the image. I will make this one go away. Boop. And I'll get you the piece, and then I will pull up the image.
You can see the kitty face on the shirt. It's about as much of the shirt as you can see.
Oh yes, the lions.
And it's, oh yeah, it's the,
That is an old shirt.
that's why it has so many holes.
Yes.
Oh, they're all right around here because what clay gets on him.
And it gradually abrades the cloth away.
Yep.
Now I will get the image.
The handles for the Canberras on the screen.
Yeah.
So those are kind of interesting handles.
Yeah. Interesting.
Interesting. No good.
Oh, no, I see it. I see it. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. It wasn't put in the proper folder.
Not my fault.
Because I'm like, it should be right about here. Why is it not?
As pretty as the other clay is, the red clay, this white clay is
Smooth. Okay. Now that I have it up on screen for her to see, I will also get it onto here. Once I find the folder again.
see you there, but you can't try to see me. Just a little.
You know what, this is a longer image, but that's fine because all it's going to be covering is this wash water bucket.
Yeah.
Boop. There we go.
Buddy mugs.
Buddy mug. Just means I need to pull needle handles.
Wee little handles.
How many of those would you like to try? Yeah, you managed to miss me amazingly.
Oh, that's good.
You want to make it a 4?
I was thinking 6.
Okay. 6 20-ounce pieces of white coming up. Oh, 5 more.
Seriously? Stop. Thank you.
And it shouldn't be so warm in here today that I have to carry all these things downstairs. Which I was getting so tired.
Just think of all the exercise.
Oh yeah. Up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs. It's not a very long flight of stairs.
Just like maybe 5, 6 stairs.
But it was the sheer repetition. Like the day you
The colonial bunny mugs are. Thank you.
ah, itchy nose. You know. The trickiest part about those ones is getting
The bunny on the inside.
yes.
That's why it's such a loose pattern, because that's.
Mind you, our bunnies look a bit more like bunnies than that one on the original does, which looks vaguely like a deer.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the Florentine deer, which has kind of a rat's face.
Yeah.
Don't know why, that's just how they painted it.
Yeah.
So you're on number 2, 3, this is number 4, so 2 more after this. an Isnik tankard.
Corporate.
14 to 16 ounce.
There we go.
You can just see the dark fur in the box.
Yeah.
Is she still up there? Is that a shadow? Nope, that's a cat.
It's a shit. In the night.
One more piece, that's yeah. So cut off one piece, and I'm like, well, this piece is more of the 28 ounce, which is what we're gonna need for the Isnik tankard. I'll just leave that piece that size and move along. There. Do you want to do, say, 2 Isnik tankards?
Always a good idea to have more.
Yes. The very first time I did the Isnik tankards, we made a whole bunch of them,
Made
assuming,
6 of them.
yeah, assuming that one of them would not. They
Oh well, hopefully one would make it.
they all made it.
They all made it. And then they all sold people go, so you have any more of them?
And thus they became a normal item.
As normal as it can be. With having slab handles.
Yeah.
The reason why all those are very straight and very flat slab cut handles is what they used wasn't a true clay. It was a stone piece. It wasn't very plastic, so it didn't hold its shape when
It would collapse.
you couldn't do the roundy shapes. You did the straight shapes. You did the flat handles. Higher success rate that way.
I'll wait on making the handles for the Isnik though, because those are done downstairs.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be space for the slab roller up here.
No.
Not without displacing some of our lovely shelves.
Yeah. And getting that up here,
No, nah. That is an awkward item.
yeah,
Plus, the reverberations from me slamming the clay down to make it flat enough to go through the slab roller.
yeah, the thing is, if you extended the garage all the way out to here, that's what it would take.
Yeah.
And then not have this here so much.
Yeah.
You'd have to cut it off about here and then.
So
So
if we double deeped the garage.
yeah, if we double deep the garage, that's how we would get everything in one place.
Yeah. But there are times where it's nice having the variation.
Yeah.
Because
And plus, that would probably be expensive to do, by the way.
yeah. Water. That's what.
Maybe someday we can do a major upgrade to the shop.
Maybe.
This one works.
It displays the garden bed. We did that.
I know. We'd have to move some themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
water added to this right
Like,
way.
maybe around the corner. But
Might be enough space right there without impacting the pavilion setup square.
Yeah.
And what's the worst that would happen? We have to drive the pavilion in the garage like we used to,
yeah.
or drag it into the house to lay out to dry like we used to.
Yeah.
I
Because
wanna-
where we used to live, there was no garage.
No,
There's a
we had a
carport.
carport.
Yeah, well,
And the carport was damp, so there's no way we could dry a pavilion in it.
the carport had 3 walls.
And and barn cats, and the occasional insane chicken. We did not keep chickens. Someone in the neighborhood had chickens.
Free range chickens.
There's the insane rooster that would crow in the middle of the night.
Around 3, 4 in the morning. Right outside my bedroom window.
In the winter.
All year long.
But I'm like, he was like, yeah, he went off at the clock rather than, at dawn.
Yeah. Yeah. There was. There's the insane rooster and Henrietta the chicken.
And then there was the little insane one.
Yeah. That decided our carport was.
A good roost.
So we had chicken shit all over things in there for a while. Tempted to put the chicken in the dog run.
We didn't have a dog anymore at that point.
No.
But it's like, well, if it's in our yard, we might. I'm sorely tempted to capture it.
But that's not right. It's somebody else's chicken.
Yes.
Not that, we wouldn't have been wrong by doing that. Eventually somebody did though.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have caught it. Ed.
Yeah. Don't see anybody with chicken in this area.
No.
I don't think that would be too popular.
No.
Somewhere nice, quiet neighborhood. Which was Ornithop's selling points, really.
This is way too much inventory.
The logging trucks going past her house.
Where did set the clay?
That should be popular with the
Atlantean courtesan skill.
Oh yeah, imagine it will be.
That's not Penzance. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's, yes, it is slightly post-period, because as you can see, yes.
Creative anachronism.
Yes.
A lot of
It's-
things are.
1660.
Oh, it's not even that much.
No. And depending on where they're currently calling the end date,
Oh yeah. I gave up a long time ago about following that thread.
whether they were calling it at 1600, at 50, at
1650.
yeah.
Because no matter when it is, there's going to be somebody who doesn't like the end date.
Yes. Or the start date, because there's some people who are all up in arms over the really early period stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas when people us, there's a local historic recreation town that they're trying to get going, and it'll be Elizabethan era.
Yeah.
But they're also setting it up as a sustainable farmstead as well, so that they have income in the off season or during things like pandemics.
I know. Like,
And people are like, well, would they even be okay with earlier period stuff going through? If it was, because they're going to have it to rental. it can be rented out by other recreation groups. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, just
Not post.
not post Elizabethan. Pre-Elizabethan is just fine. Like, cool.
Yeah.
The whole Elizabethan jousting thing was an anachronism then. Because they were harkening back to, Round Table era, which was hundreds of years. Back, just the mythic version.
Yeah.
I need to make 6 of these handles. And I just keep not making the handle, the chunks of handle material small enough. I feel like this is way too much handle. Yeah, over so fit better. Ah. 4 handles. Need 2 more. With these ones, she normally does all the line work when it comes to anything that is blue line work. But because of its inside something nature, I do the line work on the insides of the cups because it doesn't hurt my eyes as much as it hurts hers. And you do the shading in that.
It reduces the amount of looking down at the bottom of the inside of the cup. Is that really far-sighted? So,
It probably mucks with the bifocals, doesn't it?
yeah, and also it just makes the eyes hurt after a while.
Yeah.
Because, well, just the way my vision works.
Yeah. Your eyeballs get crunchy.
It feels like there's something pushing on the side of my left eye.
Ugh. Just,
Well, that was the one that,
had the surgery?
yeah. It was about 8 or 9. And did all the torture exercises to strengthen the muscle afterwards. No, it's to make the eyes
Yeah.
work together. They were successful.
Yeah, because you said it was.
At the time, it was 50% success rate.
Well, you rolled those dice well.
Yeah. Go. Now going back in time a little bit. Tankers.
Still within the same time period. Within like similar lifespan though.
Yeah, I know, but
Because
it's Sarah.
yes, I know.
She totally ignored my joke.
Smack of the clay. What I can do is browse. I said browse, thank you. There we go. Oh, boop, make this one smaller. There we go.
Got bubbly clay today.
And those are these tankards. I'm sorry. Between clay,
Is it
this.
effervescent then if it's all bubbly?
I don't think you want effervescent clay. I mean, effervescent avocados were enough of an experience for one life.
It was a longer event, so we had some dry ice. But that ice chest also sealed really well. And don't put dry ice in the same thing where you have fresh produce.
No, it didn't freeze our produce.
No, it was carbonated
It
avocados.
Carbonated. The whole ice chest had become a pressure vessel, and it had forced CO2 into the veggies and the fruit. The most interesting one being the avocados. The effervescence went away when things were cooked, but the fizzy avocados were
Busy avocados.
that was a sensation.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Just the way the clay cut off it, you're gonna have to spare handles for the bunny cups.
I could always just draw 2 more bunny cups. I think it does.
Suppose you could. Because it came out as 8 handles. There's a soft spot in the top of this piece. Yeah. Seriously. Oop. There we go. It's supposed to be perfectly straight.
Somebody has to move this stuff.
I'm
Oh, so I was kind of like, I had to move the piece of clay so I could set that. I had eaten my hand all the way already. You know?
Shelves over there are full.
That's why we have shelves over here too.
Yes. Now, but I try to put things that don't have handles over there. And most of the things today are handled or multi-piece. Chunk of clay come off?
Yeah. I don't want to put it in here because it would change this solid slip.
Yeah, because it's mostly stoneware hoop.
It's the stoneware. We don't need to have it white and off-white interchangeably there.
No. At least the basins of water in here are no longer warm to the touch.
Oh, yeah.
That was wild.
That was. We're not hot weather people.
Nope. Just all sorts of nope.
Yeah, just okay.
Okay, so you want me to cut off 2 more bunny cup pieces.
Yeah.
We've gone through a good portion of it. Oh, this partial bag of smooth white now. Oh, there's just this gooey corner.
You don't have to hand me the gooey corn.
I will work away from the gooey corner because it's like peel the bag down so I can get to that tall spot. Oh, I don't think I want to do that. Approaches that cream cheese consistency.
Really don't need a bad
You sure? No, slightly smaller, you silly piece of clay. Come on, let go. There.
And one of those days where the back is getting tired, not the hands.
What I'll do is I'll close this bag of clay at this point.
Yeah.
Is you said your back's tired. Oops, those are the last 2 pieces.
That's it.
6, 9, 15, 16, 21, already 23 pieces.
Oh, okay, so that's not too bad.
No,
It's relatively friendly clay today too, so.
yeah. With the sun out, I'll come out later and check on the pieces out here, see if anything needs covering.
Yes. That would be a wise.
Especially with the smooth white, which are going to dry as quickly.
Yeah.
And with the red, that you want to see if anything needs adjustment. I'll go get another bag of red to add water to.
Yeah. And one more. Yay. Last cup for today. Net bounce. The French bread. This one. How much? Let's see. There we go. Might want to clean some of these parts because I think the only thing holding some of these together is clay.
Run across some. Oh yeah, because he ran through all the bats the other day. So some of them didn't get back into their appropriate piles. We divide the so-sos and the ones that it's like, look, your phone was cracked in half, but still work.
Are you still working?
Yeah, how did you
It's
not
almost-
snap?
It's cracked in 2 directions,
Yeah,
so it looks like it's about to break in quarters.
yeah.
But it still works fine. The new ones, which are so stiff that they don't flex at all.
I kind of wonder if they'll ever soften.
Hard to say.
Twist it shut. And into the corner with you. In a day or so, I'll be able to roll that bag so that it moisturizes the other side.
So it does have a wet, dry, and dry side.
Yes, it doesn't have gushy corners and dry corners.
No, not good. It makes for great grumpiness.
Yes, and I hear about the great grumpiness at great length. Ooh. They're like, really? You're using one of the blue ones for this? I'm like,
I was
no,
using the blue ones for bait, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh. I end up scratching the skin off the end of my nose. Apple lip. And, oh, yeah, tired back. They also last read. What's the difference between the colored clays, texture, and usage? The white clay is a much smoother clay. It's kind of creamy.
Yeah.
There's at home we use it to replicate the stone paste, which was not a true clay at all, because it has similar stained up properties,
It has similar properties.
and we also use it to replicate certain whitewashed pieces.
Yeah.
The red we use for a lot for the Greek. It has great sculptural
Yeah,
qualities.
and it has great structural integrity. 9 times out of 10.
Then the 10th time there's either a little too much water, or a little too little, and
doesn't want to move.
Yeah.
And then you have the black clay, which mimics the wood and coal-fired pottery. But since we only use an electric kiln,
we use it to mimic that color.
and then you have the stoneware, which is your
Your average buff colored
Colored
stoneware.
nice and sturdy. It's got a little bit of sand in it, so it's good for
Replicates about 90% of the clays out there.
yeah. So those, because it makes for a much stronger clay body than just the white. No, then we also use porcelain
Yep.
for some things. Porcelain, which is really
It's white. It's a bit whiter than the white.
actually
smooth white
no, the
stoneware.
smooth white stoneware is whiter than the porcelain.
It's weird,
The variety of porcelain that we have.
which is a slightly gray white
Yeah.
as compared to the smooth white
Well,
stoneware.
sometimes when we make the swirled pieces, we use the black and the white, the black
Okay,
and the porcelain. And because they have similar properties and are both porcelaneous once they're fully fired,
Yes,
which means it has 1 to 4%
absorption.
absorption rate, which is you weigh your piece that you're testing.
Less than 4% because we.
Yeah.
Once you get under the
Well,
1%,
let me finish what I was.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, so you weigh it, you boil it for an hour, then you weigh it again. If it has picked up less than 4% in weight, in other words, water absorption, it's porcelaneous. And then 4 to 11 is stoneware. And above that is earthenware, which is the kind of pot you get in the hardware store, the water kind of slowly
leaches right through it.
leaches. Yeah, because it's not fully fired. So yeah.
It's gone through quartz inversion, but it's still really porous. Because the higher you fire clay, the less gappage there is in the particles. It gets more and more glass-like.
Yeah.
Until, well, if you overfire, it becomes a puddle.
Yeah. The black clay has a fine line between.
I'm fine and I'm going to bloat and become warty and
Because when
start.
it has these what look like bubbles, the warts in the clay, but that's the first stage of it melting.
Basically, components of the clay start off-gassing and forming pockets in the clay body.
Yeah. Not a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's still perfectly usable.
It's just got warts.
It's got
Surface
character.
texture.
It's got character.
Stretch kitty. Are
So
you ready
different
to
shapes and
size?
sizes do different things. Because with the red clay, you make these huge pieces. The black clay, it has a terminal size. After that, it starts cracking.
Yes.
The weather changes, it starts cracking. Oh, yeah.
The
It
black
has
has excellent thermal properties. It'll hold the ice in your beverage for much longer
yeah.
than all the other clays.
it could be 100 degrees out, and as long as you're not leaving it out in the sun, because it is black, you will have ice for at least 2 hours. Whereas with the stoneware, it's gone in an hour, in under an hour.
And in porcelain, you'd lose that ice in less than probably about 15 minutes.
Yeah, because porcelain leaches the temperature out, opposed to the black, which is good for thermal properties.
It's a good thermal insulator
And then you have the stoneware, which you can use actually for cookware,
because it's got good thermal shock.
because we've cooked with the pieces made out of the stoneware for a couple decades now.
Using different clays is a bit like the purposes for using different woods when you're
Or
doing
different
woodworking.
fabric.
Yeah.
When you're sewing. It's like
You wouldn't
some of
use.
it's aesthetic, some of it is structural.
There's some things that you want to have spandex for. There's others where,
You want a heavy canvas.
yeah, you want canvas. The stoneware is more like canvas.
And there's one time where I used had the 30 bit sand in it, which made it
Extra stiff.
extra stiff. I was making a big wash basin for a customer, and it's kind of like what I didn't
Take into account was
Is
the
it
lower
doesn't-
shrinkage rate.
lower shrinkage rate and also warped easier. So after it was out of the first fire, it sat on the shelf for a couple
You
months.
glared at it.
And it's kind of like, it came out fine. Actually, the warp went away partially in the glaze fire,
Yeah.
but it's very sturdy. But yeah, it was also that much
So
stiffer to throw.
The
Myself smart.
the coarser grit clays are better at making larger forms.
Yes, yes, they are because they got those big particles to hold on to them each other and yeah,
And it's stiffer.
and it's stiffer. And did I mention that was a lot harder to throw? And it doesn't
Yeah.
shrink as much either.
No, because it
Which
had
is
more
not
like a
something I even thought of.
no.
So it came out like over an inch bigger than the minimum because it had to sit in
In
It
a
was a-
pre-existing stand,
yeah.
which they it wasn't the stand that they disposed of
They-
by
they had-
accident. It was the box that the wash basin traveled in.
Yeah.
I don't
they-
need this.
They had just finished moving. Oh, I don't remember what this box is for. Through what next event? They're going
Yes.
So yeah.
We should get going inside because this way. Yes. Some food.
Yes. And thank you everybody for joining.
And thank you for the good questions.
Yeah. If you want to see more of her, check out her.
At the top of the screen. Right, guys, just check out the YouTube channel. It's where most of the comments today have been
Yeah.
coming from. Goodbye.